Good afternoon, DHS and community members. We will resume with our second hour senior exit presentations. We ask that you please turn off your cell phones and no flash photography. Our first presenter is Mallory Burt.
Hello everyone, my name is Mallory May Burt, and I am living proof of a little of what you fancy does you good. This universal truth means that if you put your all into something and try your hardest, you'll think good things will come out of it. I forgot that there's a clicker up here and I have to do it. Part 1, who is she? She is clothed in strength without fear of the future. That's one of my favorite Bible verses. It just means that there's no point in being scared of something and just do it. All right. Who am I? Asking my peers, they'd say I was bougie, generous, and comical. The reason they say bougie is because I like buying things I really cannot afford. The reason that they say that I be generous is because I also spend a generous amount of money on things that I also should not. Comical because I make jokes in serious situations when I also should not be laughing, and reading that makes me really think that I do a lot of things that I shouldn't. Who am I seriously? Seriously though, my realistic traits would be passionate, caring, and hardworking. I am extremely passionate about certain things, especially my career. I really care about the students I have the pleasure of working with every single day at Teacher Cadet. I am so glad I chose this career field because of some of my traits. I feel that they are very useful if you work with crabby kids sometimes. Weaknesses. Everyone has their good qualities and some things they aren't so good at. My 3 weaknesses would definitely be being a people pleaser, having really harsh self-criticism, and last but not least, indecisiveness. For my self-criticism, I always feel that I can do a better job at something, and I criticize myself until it's perfect. I have a hard time deciding on certain things which actually might turn out okay with being a teacher because I can leave things up to kids sometimes. I can give them an ultimatum at certain times when it's needed, and I just think it might work out in the long run. Being a people pleaser is something I probably will never overcome. People pleasing is something I struggle with from day-to-day basis. It is really hard for me to say no. Hobbies. Some hobbies of mine used to include softball and volleyball. Work isn't really a hobby, but it's something I really enjoy, so it's not work to me, and I do it in my free time. I put more time and effort into softball because it's just something I try harder to succeed in. I pretty much wanted to be just like my older sister when I was younger, so I cheered for a few years in elementary school just like she did, even though it was really just to wear my sparkly purple Hannah Montana sunglasses. I also love attending sports events as well. If you can't tell, I really like sports. A2 or the D hold some of my favorite memories. It is just something I really enjoy, especially Red Wing hockey, Michigan softball, or Michigan hockey. Part 2, career research, accomplishments, and goals. If you just try and try hard, you can do all the things you ever wanted. I know you can. This is from one of my Teacher Cadet students. He told me this when I was studying for my midterms. All right. One of my accomplishments would be my community service hours. I have over 130 hours of community service, and I feel I dedicate my time to others that need it more than I do. Another one of my accomplishments would have to be maintaining that 2.8 GPA my sophomore year when COVID hit, because being online for school was not easy for me. On a serious note, my motivation comes from some bad experiences with teachers and the people around me. I was really struggling the first half of senior year, and just having positive reinforcement from my teachers and parents really helped. I am also CPR and bloodborne pathogen certified, which will also be useful in my career for emergency situations. My other motivation is bad encounters with teachers I've had in the past. It pushes me to try harder to work for what I want in life so I don't turn out like them. Okay. Work experience and volunteer. My first real job was American Eagle Outfitters in Genesee Valley Mall, which is no longer there, RIP. Customer service was a good first job to have in my opinion. It shows good life lessons throughout the day, and there was always something going on. I didn't love the management I had while working there, but it was a fun side job to earn extra money. I only worked there for a few months, even though my current job is only my second. It is the best experience I've ever gotten from working. It is at Pumpkin Patch Preschool and Daycare in the Kearsley District, and I get all the hands-on experience. I work in the infant room with my old preschool teacher, and I absolutely love it. I also volunteer in the 4 to 5 age group sometimes on my days off. My volunteer experience would have to be in Teacher Cadet. I'm in a first grade classroom every day for 2 hours, and I stay over on Fridays to help out more and get everything done before the weekend. That is where I've earned a lot of my community service. Career research. Teachers have a certain criteria they have to follow every single day. They make lesson plans to make the day go by smoother, but sometimes they switch up things based on how the day starts. As a teacher, you are in charge of 20 plus children for 8 hours a day. To become an educator, you need to complete a 4-year college and earn your bachelor's degree. In your 5th year, you'll complete a year of student teaching, which is intentionally taking over a classroom while not being paid. I have heard of many horror stories of student teaching making people not want to teach anymore, but I am confident in myself with all the experience that I can accomplish it and get it done, as I already have multiple years with children and just all the aspects of teaching and everything that happens in between. Career exploration. I recently found out while talking to some teachers at Gates that you can make more money based on the level of education you have and what school you get hired into. You can take the easy way out and just earn a 4-year degree, or you can go back to teaching while working full-time as a teacher and earn a 6-year degree, which would be a master's. I have decided on a whim to take the high road. After going to Ferris for my bachelor's, I will then attend either U of M Flint or Mott Community College for 2 more years and get my master's. Goals. Short-term goals, talking 1 year-ish, would still be in school and not too homesick. Not dropped out either. Ideally, in a 5-year plan or goal I would have for myself would be to finish up my last year in college and be done with student teaching, which would be my 5th year, and start to prepare for the state boards and my teaching certificates. In a 10-year term, I would like to be making a stable income and to live comfortably and not have to worry about making it from paycheck to paycheck. I also want to create a safe and enjoyable environment for the kids. Part 3, where is she going and how will she get there? Teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. I think this quote goes along with teaching really good because you want to teach them life lessons, not just the curriculum that you're supposed to be following. Where am I going? I am committed to Ferris State University for elementary education. As stated before, I absolutely love children and am in a school surrounded by kids all day long with my job. The main reason I want to be a teacher is because of the impact you can have on them at such a young age. I think back to some of my teachers when I was in elementary school, and to think I could have such an impression on them like they did to me. How will I get there? Teachers are so needed nowadays. I am 100% sure they will still be needed when I am a teacher. The need for all teachers from 2022 to 2032 is expected to grow 12%. Attending FSU will cost me just under $26,000 a year, but to my knowledge, and getting a scholarship in the mail for $6,000 and financial aid helping as well. While Miss Julia drilled how important FAFSA was, I didn't know how much it'd help until we actually did it. Sorry, Mom, Dad. I, or my parents, will only be paying $15,000 a year instead, which hopefully won't give my dad too many more gray hairs. I will then get my teaching degree by staying on top of my assignments and just having a good support system. I don't give my parents or older sister enough credit for all that they've done for me throughout school. I want to save as much as I can for my future classroom because I know how you kind of just have to wing it for your first year. Reflection. Like stated previously, I feel that I have just enough of the right qualities to be an efficient teacher for kids who really need that in their lives. Taking advantage of the help and time you get from working with children, they may be little, but they are really smart. They will humble you really quick. Working at a preschool for almost a year and volunteering for all age groups there really helps me decide what grade or age I want to teach. I have grown so much as a student in person based on the amount of experience I have learned from the past 4 years of high school. What have I learned at DHS? For only coming to Davidson my junior year, I have learned quite a bit. You need to stand out to be noticed and just do your best at all times because there is always someone watching. I have also learned to make better relationships with my teachers to where I can communicate with them and ask them for help instead of keeping things in. I know with how well I've adapted to new people and things in the middle of high school that I am most prepared for my future of being a teacher, and I'll be a pretty darn good one too. I'll see y'all at your child's first grade registration in the future.
Thank you, Mallory. Our next presenter is Autumn Butterfield.
Hi. I am Autumn Butterfield, and this is my senior ESIC presentation. My universal truth is variety is the spice of life, because my life has been anything but normal at Davidson High School. Part 1, who am I? Nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. I chose this quote because I feel like I've been put down a lot in my life, and just letting people not get to me is what really brings myself up. My strengths, I said that I'm hardworking. I have been working for about 2 years now, and I put my life into it pretty much. I'm a pretty quick learner. I like learning a lot of new things like languages, arts, music. I know a lot of instruments, so yeah. I'm a people person. I can sit and talk and talk and talk all day. And I just love talking to people, which brings me to my next point. I'm very easy to talk to. I walk up to anybody and just start talking to them. And a lot of people think I'm weird for that. That picture is my nephew. He's running out right now. Yeah, his name is Jackson. My weaknesses. I'm very impatient. I get frustrated with not only myself but others very easily. I'm really gullible. You tell me something and I'll believe it unless I Google it. But yeah. I'm overconfident until I have to be. I will sit and talk myself up until the moment comes, and here I am shaking on the stage. I am extremely indecisive. I have known I've wanted to go into medical since like freshman year, but I still haven't figured out my career path. My skills, I'd say I'm pretty good with customer service. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you? Like constantly. I'm quite organized. When I want to get stuff done, I get it done, which brings me to task-oriented. I like doing things my way, and they get done quicker that way. And then teamwork makes the dream work. Without your coworkers, your peers, you wouldn't have anybody, so keep them. Extra, read all about it. I really like music. I play piano, flute, guitar pretty well. I attempted trombone, not well. I really like art. I've been drawing since like middle school. It's fun, I guess. Church. I was really involved in church in like freshman year. I really had a good relationship with God. Recently, not so much, but I would like to go more into that. And then babysitting, that's my niece Zoe. I babysit her sometimes. And then I've been raising kids since I was like 7 because I have so many nieces and nephews. Things I've accomplished. I was on the honor roll. I think it was 8th grade. That's there. My GPA of 3.7 for my sophomore year. Kept that steady. And then I got second place in solo and ensemble in 8th grade. Pursuing medical. The reason I want to is because I work well with others. I like helping people a lot. Problem solving is one of my favorite things. I like figuring out new ways to figure things out. And then the benefits, you get a lot of money working in medical. My work/volunteer experience, if you have not heard, I work at McDonald's, Irish Road, the one by Myers. Camp counseling with church. I did go to a church camp one summer and I did counsel, so I'm going to consider that volunteer work 'cause I did not sign up for that. BLS training, I am a basic life supporter. I am CPR certified. That's fun. And then yard work and landscaping. My mother signs us up for so much stuff and taught us how to work hard in our lives. Even if we don't get paid, we're still working quite hard, I'd say. That's a picture of Amber ruining a cone at work, and then that's me with my little visor on. Part 2, where am I going? Die with memories, not dreams. I have a lot I want to accomplish in my life, and to get there, it's going to be really hard, but I want them to be my memories. I want them to actually happen. My short-term goals. I want to work on my relationships, especially in my family. I want to keep my healthy relationships going. Value, I really want a better paying job, honestly. Learning, I want to keep my education going. I would like to keep all my certifications and make sure I'm on the right career path. And then for arts, I want to learn even more languages, even more cultures. I want to keep learning instruments because it really interests me. My long-term goals, fitness. I know I'm not that fit right now. I'm kind of chunky, but I'd like to stay at least healthy. I don't want to die of obesity or lung cancer because that's a very slow, long, painful death. So yeah, career. I want to finish school as a gynecologist, which is a lot of work, a lot of schooling, but that's what I want to do in my life. Volunteering, I want to give back to the community that gave to me originally because Davison has done so much for me, and I feel like it deserves more than just, yay, I graduated from you. And then I want to prepare. I want my life to be figured out before it happens. I want to make sure my children live a comfortable life. I want to make sure my retirement is taken care of because that's what really matters to me. And also the unexpected, because that's really scary. My career field. I want to be a gynecologist, which is a women's health reproductive doctor. I did not say that in the right order. And you deal with pregnancy, childbirth, STDs, anything that regards to reproductive health. My career, you have to know basic medical things, biology, and then customer service, because if you are dealing with somebody's reproductive health, it is a very touchy subject, so you have to be really nice to them. I will be making $82,000 to $208,000 annually. I will need a doctoral degree for this, and my job growth has a negative 2% rating, which is very bad. How will I get there? Follow Your Fear by Tina Fey. I chose that quote because I really am scared for where I'm going and if I'm gonna make it or not, but I'm gonna keep following it and just keep going. How will I get there? I plan to go to Mott Community College, get all my prereqs out of the way, and then move on to Ferris State University, where I'll be studying for almost 10 years to get into gynecology. And how will I be doing this? I will be using student aid, the TIP program, FAFSA, maybe some money from my parents. My reflection, these are all the classes I've taken that I feel that will really help me in my field. Shout out to Ms. Heath and Ms. Sider for health sciences, anatomy and physiology, human development, microbiology, and marketing, because you really need to know how to talk to people. I feel like that's a really big problem in our world right now. And last but not least, thank you to all of my teachers, my parents, my peers, and most importantly, my mistakes, because that's where you learn the most, honestly. And that's why we're excited.
Our next presenter is Ella McLeod.
That is not the right one.
For the moment, we're going to go on to Rachel.
What? Yeah. Okay, my name is Rachel Ross. This is my senior exit presentation, and I chose the universal truth is laughter is the best medicine, because I believe everybody should always have a smile and a laugh. Part one, who am I? There's nothing in this world so irresistibly contagious as laughter and good humor by Charles Dickens. I chose this quote because my friends and family, when they're stressed, I always try to make the best out of the situation and try to make them happy. Who am I? My friends would say that I'm outgoing. I do some stuff in public that would make me seem weird, but I'm just trying to be myself. They would say I'm kind because I'm always trying to be helpful and make everyone happy and be there for everyone. They would say I'm responsible because I have learned from my different jobs and my home life and like taking care of pets and taking on more responsibilities at work, like whether it's helping with orders or closing at night. Who am I seriously? I would describe myself as hardworking. I always like to try to get stuff done before it is due or as I'm told to do it. I also have a willingness to learn. I always want to learn new things and be there for others. I always go by, if you aren't learning something new every day, you have failed the day. And then I also can handle stressful situations, whether it's like working and running the store and learning how to handle things without freaking out, or doing this presentation without being stressed out. My weaknesses are procrastination. I like to push everything to the last minute, and everybody does that. I get distracted very easily. I can't focus on one thing. I have like 10 things going on. And then I also like to sleep a lot. I always try to get my naps in. My hobbies and extracurricular activities include sports like volleyball and track. I also like to do art and go fishing and be outside. I like to travel. Playing travel sports has really helped me get out and see everything. Then I also like taking pictures so you can always have memories to share. Work and volunteering. I used to work at Otisville Dairy Delight, and now I work at Hungry Howie's. These things have taught me how to handle any situation that I need to go through. For volunteering, I've volunteered at the Food Bank of Eastern Michigan and at my church and school. Most recently, did the disaster drill for Bishop International Airport. We were in a fake plane crash to help the EMTs figure out what needs to be done in that situation. My accomplishments are HOSA, which is Health Occupational Students of America. It's an international career and technical student organization, completely ran by students and members. We won district and regional championships for varsity volleyball in this last season. I have a 4-year varsity track and field award. I'm hopefully graduating in a couple of days, and I would have my MA license by the end of this year. Part 2, where am I going? The quote is, "Die with memories and not dreams." I always believe that you should do as much as you can do so you don't leave with regrets. For my career exploration, right now I want to become a medical assistant, but I might go into nursing. For a medical assistant, you just do basic laboratory tests, and you clean everything and get them ready for the doctors. And for education, you only need to pass your CMA exam. For the job outlook, it's supposed to be 18% through 2020 to 2030. For nursing, you provide patient care and inform them of health conditions. For that education, you need your BSN degree, and that job outlook is supposed to be 9% of 20 to 2030. The challenges for both are long office hours, mental and physical challenges. You also have to see, for nursing, people lose their loved ones, and you have to go through the stress of losing patients. My short-term and long-term goals. For the short term, I would like to graduate and pass my MA exam. I also want to learn how to better myself throughout everything, no matter what challenges are thrown at me. For my long-term goals, I want to graduate college with a good GPA, and then I want to get a good job. For any medical field, you can get your own practice in private practices. And then I also want to travel around the world. If I go into nursing, I can become a travel nurse and be where they need me. What made me choose this career path is making all my medical classes that I've taken in school, all the teachers that have helped me through that point. And I don't think I would have taken any of these classes without my sister just telling me to go through health science. I also just wanted to help people and be there for others. How will I get there? My quote is from a friend, and it's, "Smiling is contagious." He always wanted to make me smile and be there for other people. How do I get there? I'm taking classes to get my bachelor's degree in nursing. I would start at SC4, which is St. Clair County Community College, and then I would hopefully transfer to UFM or any other nursing degree or nursing school to get my BSN. For payment, my first 2 years are covered with a volleyball scholarship, and then the rest should hopefully be out of pocket so I don't have to pay off student debt. My reflection is I've done classes in high school, so I don't have to pay for these classes in college, so I recommend all of that. These things have prepared me to know what I need to know and have them stuck in my head so I can have a good GPA. My future steps for keeping me on this goal is to keep studying and keep on track with studying. What I've learned at DHS is to if you make a mistake, it's okay, because other people can learn from that, and then you can learn from that also, and it's just an overall learning experience. And then the last thing is to enjoy the now, because all the memories that you are making right now, you probably won't have a chance to make them again. You've been with the same people for countless of years, so just make all the memories now. So that's my work.
We're going to go back to Ella now, so.
My name is Ella McLeod, and I picked the universal truth as this too shall pass, because I believe everything in life will pass, and there's always something new for tomorrow. When nothing is going right, go left. This quote kind of spoke to me because I see if your life isn't going well at the time and you can't find something to help you, you just know you need a change, left might be the right answer. Who am I? I am caring, funny, and approachable. In this picture, I'm supporting my friends who are all on homecoming court as they were standing on this stage just like I was. And then I am approachable because I am a part of teams, and it's very easy to approach and talk to me because I am a team player. Who am I seriously? I'm confident, optimistic, and reliable. I am confident because I am a student athlete, and I'm going to be a student athlete in college, and I'm excited, and I'm happy and proud of myself. Optimistic, I just think that there isn't always just a straight answer, and there's options in life. And I'm reliable because I play on sports teams, and in criminal law class, I was an attorney, and my defendant supported on me for him to get a not guilty verdict. My weaknesses is procrastination, taking on way too much, and waking up early. Procrastination is something that I've struggled with my whole life. I know things are important, and I know they need to get done, and it builds up, and it ends up being done at the last second. And I am aware of it, and I try to work on it. Taking on too much, I put too much on myself sometimes, and I know it, and that's something I'm going to have to work on, understanding that it is okay to say no sometimes, and that everything isn't always on my shoulders. And waking up early, coming here at DHS, and having to set my alarm for 5:30 every morning for the past 4 years, besides junior year, was pretty rough, and that's not probably something I want to do in my life in the future. My hobbies are softball, volleyball, and being a member of NHS. Softball's been such a huge part of my life. It's been something I've been playing since I was 4 years old, and it's really shaped me into the person I am today. Along with volleyball, it's something I started in middle school, and I made lifelong friends out of it, and they're still my friends today, and I appreciate all of them. And being a part of NHS has opened my eyes and just made me more part of the community, and I feel more incorporated with everyone. Work and volunteer experiences. My first job was at Domino's, and I would have to say it was probably the funnest job I've ever had in my entire life. All 12 of us as a group of friends all decided to apply to Domino's, and we all got hired. We ran the place. I learned so many things on how communication and being able to work together as a team is so important. And now I'm currently employed at WeCheck and Associates. It is an accounting firm, and I enjoy it, and I'm learning so much about being an accountant in general. In my volunteer work, I volunteer a lot with NHS, but I think the volunteer work that has moved me the most is I'm a hitting coach, and it's completely volunteered, and I do it at bullpen. And getting to kind of change these girls' lives a little bit in softball, I think is just great to see it when things click in their brain and they just know they got it. And then some of my accomplishments, my softball awards, I was all academic, all district, all region, all state honorable mention, and second team in the Saginaw Valley League. And then for volleyball, I was all academic, back-to-back league championships, 2021 regional and district champion. And high school awards, I was on the honor roll, and I'm an NHS member. I will be graduating with cords as well. My motivations, the people that really motivate me is my friends, family, and being successful. Without my friends and my family in my life, I don't really know where I would be. I feel like they bring me to a lot of my decisions and everything that I do on my daily basis. And just being successful for them and myself motivates me. I don't want to be someone that's looked at that doesn't do anything in their life. I want to be productive. And these are just my friends and my family supporting me at my signing date when I signed to go play softball at college. Where am I going? Why let go of yesterday? Because yesterday has already let go of you. You can't dwell on the past and live in those moments, good or bad. Moving forward is always a step you're going to have to take, and living in the good too long can lead to bad. Accounting, why do I want to go into the field of accounting? It's because I enjoy cracking those codes and solving those puzzles. And my job today, just filling out worksheets and looking at those numbers and seeing that total at the bottom balance out is something that I enjoy, along with the income. The pay is pretty good for the job, And what it will take is it's going to take me being reliable. If I want to have clients and have people in this business, they have to rely on me to get their work done, or they're not going to keep coming back. And also, another thing is my mindset. I will have to have a good mindset of getting the job done and not slacking. My 2 short-term goals is to work over the summer to set myself up financially for moving out of state. I'll be going to college out of state, and I would like to have spending money and have an opportunity to be able to drive home with the gas prices and stuff, and that will be things I'll have to pay for, so I need to start saving now for that. And I want to learn how to meal plan and get back into weightlifting. It's something that I want to do so I can go into college being healthy and at my prime and not let myself slip or catch the freshman 15. 2 long-term goals that I have is having my CPA certification and working in corporation. Getting your CPA certification, you will first have to get a bachelor's degree in accounting and then work for this test. Your CPA certification, you have to get it by taking a test. It's equivalent to the bar test or a medical exam. In that sense, it's one of the hardest tests an accountant will have to take. And then another long-term goal is staying in touch with my family. Moving out of state and planning on not coming back to the state of Michigan is something that is my goal. So I want to make sure my family stays close with me as they're going to be here in Michigan, and I will not be able to see them as often. And then being an accountant, that's what I would like to be. It's going to be an office-style job and where I will be doing bookkeeping, payroll, and having clients with income. And my hours would be depending on what I do. I want to start off going and working into a corporation, which will be more of a 9-to-5 job where I'll be working with other people and in their own businesses, and then later on work in my own practice, which that will be when I will make my own hours, and it might not be as much of a 9-to-5 as get it in when it gets done. I will need a bachelor's degree in accounting or business, and that will just be to be an accountant. And then there's an 11% growth rate predicted from 2022 to 2032. And in Michigan, the average accountant is making $72K to $121K. Some opportunities in this job will be pay raises, as if I do get my CPA certification, the pay raise will jump huge, and there'll be more opportunity for growth in there. Travel, working within my office, it's a small building, and getting to see my bosses go to Florida on the weekend or go to Germany and seeing them get to go and experience these life experiences just because they're an accountant is crazy, and I didn't know those opportunities were there. And then a steady income, they do make very good money, and people are always going to need accountants. Not everyone's good with numbers. And some of the challenges is going to be time management, making sure all of my clients' flow is going in and out on the time and that things aren't being done late. Overtime during tax season, just working in the firm now, tax season is crazy, and the amount of overtime that is put in is going to be kind of insane, but I think the payout comes in the end. And then communication, if you're not communicating with your clients or your clients can't communicate with you, then there's going to be challenges within getting your work done and being successful. Why am I going to be an accountant? I want to be an accountant not only for the job itself, but so it can provide the lifestyle that I want. I want a very modern and classic lifestyle, nothing too big, but nothing too small, and I don't want to have to struggle trying to provide that for a family or myself. How will I get there? If there's one thing I'm willing to bet on, it's myself. This quote's from Beyonce, and it kind of just makes me think, like, in the end, there's always me, and if I know I have myself, no matter what I'm going through or what's going on, it'll be okay. Taking it to the next step. I'm going to be starting this off by attending Goshen in the fall and majoring in accounting. And I chose Goshen because of the location, meeting the professors of small schools, and I got offered a large athletic scholarship. Working on and off campus with FAFSA and my academic and athletic scholarships, I'll be able to pay for college. Hopefully, I will be leaving college debt-free. And one goal I have after college and everything is becoming CPA certified. What I have already started. Here at DHS, I have taken multiple accounting classes along with math classes, and I became a co-op student. I became a co-op student halfway through this semester, starting to work at WeChecks, and I think that was the thing that really clicked and proved to me that I was like, this is the field I wanted to go into. And being an NHS member, having to do those leadership roles and understanding responsibility has also helped me to be able to work towards this goal. And playing my varsity sports has also taught me communication and how to collaborate with people on how to get answers. and what is to come and how am I preparing for this right now. I will currently keep my co-op job at WeChex over the summer and start picking up full-time hours and working there and getting actually mentored by my boss. And then I'll be going to Goshen and studying there as well. And then just thank you, DHS. DHS has taught me so many things, but not only teaching me, it has made me who I am. And coming here every day and being with these amazing people have really, this is where my hours have been spent. This is where my days have been. And being with these people has created me. So, yes. Thank you, DHS, and the opportunities you have brought for me.
And then last up, we have Griffin Sparks.
Check. Good.
Top one. Yeah. All right. Hello, guys. My name is Griffin Sparks, and my universal truth is today is your opportunity to build the tomorrow you want. And I picked this because that's a big thing for me. You got to do what you're doing today to build in your future. And this picture, it's a funny story about this picture. I'm allergic to bees, and I was running a cross-country meet, and somehow a bee landed on my eye and stung me below the eye, and yeah, it swelled up pretty bad. Part one, who am I? I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying. And this is by Michael Jordan. And first off, he's the best NBA player ever. But I chose this quote because when you fail, you always got to try to get back up and keep going and continue what you're doing. Who am I? I don't really know if I'm funny, but I would like to say that I'm funny. I'm motivational. I try to motivate everyone that I possibly can because I think that's very important. I'm a hard worker. I've worked for everything that I've had in my life. I've had a rough past, and I've worked for everything. I'm determined. Once I set my goals on something, I always want to go and achieve that goal. I'm supportive. I support all you guys. I support my family, my friends, my teammates, pretty much everyone. And loving. I just love. I just like giving love around the world. Who am I seriously, though? I'm a hard worker, and I have common sense. When I'm in a sticky situation, I can get out of it with my common sense. And I'm punctual, which means I'm usually on time or maybe even early for that. Weaknesses, I procrastinate. I mean, pretty sure all you guys procrastinate. Raise your hand if you guys procrastinate. Okay, that's a pretty big weakness of mine. And I'm easily distracted. I always have to be doing something. I can never really sit down and focus on something. And I don't really know if I'm annoying, but I do know I talk a lot, so I would say that I'm pretty annoying. Some hobbies of mine, I've been running since I was a little kid, but I really took it seriously in 7th grade, and I stopped during 11th grade because I got injured a lot, and it just wasn't for me anymore. But my first love was basketball. I played basketball from 3rd grade all the way up to 8th grade. I played AAU. I played for the middle school team. I wish I tried out for the high school team, but I was more focused on running then. And I always spend time with my family. I love my family. They mean the world to me. My dad and my stepmom have done so much for me. And then the twin little brothers, hi Smith and Solly, you guys are here. Thanks for supporting me. I always hang out with them. Volunteer work. I volunteered at many track meets. I set up hurdles, I do long jump, high jump, all that things. And I also worked at Hampton Bay LLC, being a boat detailer. I would fix and help clean boats. Accomplishment. I was academic all-state in 2021 for cross country. All SVL second team in 2020 for cross country, and a 2-time state qualifier. And I also received college offers from Spalding University, Elmo College, and Lourdes University, and etc. Part 2, where am I going? You are stronger than you know. In the depths of despair, you find your true strength within. I like this quote because when you really struggle, that's where you find who you really are, and you can just always keep going, and you always have to pick yourself up. Career exploration and self. I want to pursue nursing and become a registered nurse. When my twin little brothers were born, they lived in the NICU for about 2 months, so I'd always visit, and I always found it really interesting, and I always envisioned myself to working in a hospital atmosphere. And with this career, you have to have patience, you have to be caring, and you have to have a lot of empathy. And what motivates me the most is probably my past. I've had a hard time in my past and my family for sure, and failures. Failures are very important to keep you going. You have to fail in life. Short-term goals. I will attend Mott Community College for core classes and also attend Mott Community College for the School of Nursing and want to maintain at least a 3.5 GPA. Long-term goals. After I graduate college, I'd like to become a traveling nurse while I'm young, travel around the world and help as many people as I possibly can. And after that, once I get older, I want to settle down and be an RN in a hospital near here. And also, I always wanted to buy my parents a house. I think that's everyone's dream when they're older, so that's what I really want to do. More facts about nursing. I've always dreamed of helping people and working as an RN ever since I was a little kid. To become a registered nurse, you will need to obtain an associate's degree in nursing, and followed by a successful completion of the NCLEX RN exam, and also a bachelor's school of nursing degree. And the projected growth in nursing is 9% in 2020 to 2030. And the annual wages, from starting wage, it's about $50K, but once you work there and get experience, it can go up to $120K. This career is for me because I enjoy helping people, saving people, and always doing something on my feet. I always have to keep going. I can never really stay still. Like right now, I'm moving, and I just have to always keep going. And also, my dad and my stepmom works in the medical field as well. How do I get there? I'll attend Mott Community College and transfer after 2 years. Not really sure where I'm going to go after that, but I'll figure that out later. I'll take science classes with math classes to prepare me in the nursing. And Mott is a good choice for me because I can save a ton of money. And I don't want to have a lot of student debt, so I want to save as much money as I possibly can. And I plan to fund my college education with student loans and working through the summer. And to reach my goals, I'll have to study a lot more than I did in high school, because for nursing, you need to do that and go above and beyond and make sure I can reach that goal. Part 3, how will I get there? Train yourself to let go of things and habits that don't move you closer to your dream. I think everything that you should do in life prepare you for what you want to do later in life. So if you have bad habits, you got to get rid of those. Reflection. I've taken many classes to help me with the medical field, such as sports med, health science, honors biochemistry, and some math classes as well. This contributes to help me understand the field more before I start my college experience. And my abilities that are helping me grow as a person is believing in myself and always trying to improve myself every day that I can. Davison has taught me to not care about what others think about you, work on yourself and better yourself every opportunity you get. You can't really care what other people think. You always have to do you and always keep working on you. And also to get outside your comfort zone. That's why I'm up here right now, working on my public speaking to get outside my comfort zone. And that's my works cited page.
We will start fourth hour in a few minutes.